Hey, my neighbors, it's Ranyouri, affectionately known as Rainy, like a rainy day, and you are watching my channel, Homes to Investments. Today, I want to provide some tips and tricks to help you pass your Florida real estate exam on the first try, just like I did. Before I get into those, let me give you a recap. I started my online real estate training in February of 2019. With that training, they give you so many months, I think it was like 90 days, I'll say, that you have until you complete it. Unfortunately, just due to life and things like that, I had to extend mine for 2 different sessions. I did not finish my course until November of 2019. So from February of 2019 to November of 2019. That's a whole 9 months, a whole baby term that it took me to complete my online exam. When I finished it in November, I had not touched anything, reviewed anything in regards to real estate up until a few weeks before I took and passed my exam in July of 2020. Quick recap, started the process February 2019, finished the course November of 2019, passed the exam July of 2020. A total of 17 months that it took me to do it. Tip number 1 that I want to give you. Make sure you know the terms. You all, that is like the most important thing to do. Now, there is a YouTube channel, I think it's called Prep Agent. I'll make sure I put it in the description box or in the comment section, but he does a phenomenal job of like going over some of the terms, and I really did enjoy his channel while I was going through the learning process. But one thing that really helped me out, I feel like more so than anything, is that I recorded both the terms and the summary down, and as I was driving, as I was working out, as I was cleaning up around the house, or sometimes as I was going to sleep at night, I would listen to those terms and summary. And I literally got into the exam and I could hear myself saying those terms or saying those summary question or summary information. And I was able to, go through that. Because for instance, there's so many different clauses in regards to real estate. So you need to know what's the difference between a granting clause, what's the difference between an accelerating clause, and so on. Do you know the difference between a grantee and a grantor? So make sure you know your terms. Tip number 2, learn the math equations or the math formulas. Another YouTube channel that I literally feel as if was like my help of all was Miss Karen Climbers. I'll make sure I put her information in there as well too. What I did was the questions that she had, I wrote those out and kind of went bit by bit or piece by piece with her to make sure that I fully understood the equations, understood what the question was asking. And you all, I went into that exam with my chest out. I was ready for those equations. And they waited till like the last 10 questions or so to give them to me, but I was ready. I felt so confident after going through her videos that you'll really enjoy those as well too. Now, tip number 3. Make sure you start doing positive affirmations and doing the law of attraction. I don't know, put this on the internet, but I sure did. I edited this and put my name and put in there that I am so happy and grateful that I passed my Florida real estate exam on the first try. I said that every day and make sure that in addition to saying that I was doing the work associated with that. All right, so another tip number 4. The DBPR has a candidate manual that gives you the different units, and it also tells you what percentage of the unit will count towards the test. Like for instance, unit number 1 is like 1% and unit number 2 is 6%, so on and so on up until 12%. What I did was I focused on those units that were higher in percentage, like the 12s, 11s, things like that. I focused on those first and then worked my way down to those other ones. Don't disregard those, but just make sure you focus on those that will be counted higher or give you more questions, so to speak. But make sure now, again, go through everything, but just make sure you really understand those with the higher percentage. Test date. when you go in the testing exam, do what I call a knowledge dump. Soon as you walk in, before you click anything, they're going to give you like a dry erase or notepad or something like that. And so what you do is write down all your equations that you know, all of your definitions that you know, write those down on your notepad. So as you're going through the exam, and if you're like me, I get test anxiety. I don't get myself tripped up in regards to what is actually asking, or like, oh my God, do they want this or do they want this? I wrote out everything, and then therefore I used it as a reference throughout my whole time taking the exam. You guys, those are my tips and tricks. So a quick recap: know your terms, record yourself saying those terms as well as your summaries. Make sure you know your math equations. Then make sure you do your positive affirmations and your laws of attraction. Also, make sure that you are looking at the DBPR website to get the candidate information. And then just finally, when you get in there, do your knowledge dump. After you all have done all of that, please make sure you come back to my channel and let me know how it went. I'm so excited for each of you, and just make sure you stay tuned as I go through my journey of being a Florida real estate agent, but now officially a Florida realtor. Thank you for your time, and don't forget, come back and let me know your success. See you soon.